Greetings, grave robbers, and welcome back to Not the Television Graveyard. This is actually something we've dug up from the podcast Graveyard. I am your host, TV's Noah Houlihan, joined by no one. So here's the situation, gang. I'm just going to be real clear and upfront with you guys. The next episode of Stay Doomed is episode 250. We're doing something kind of special. We're doing something different for that episode. You're probably going to be disappointed because it's none of the things you want us to be doing. But we are going to be doing something different and special. And for episode 250, which is supposed to be coming out this week, it was after we had a very long weekend doing things for other people. And my job has been especially stressful lately. And we got about halfway into recording it, and Laura was just like, this can't be episode 250, because I was just so checked out. So instead of giving you bad 250, we thought we'd give you something new, something special, something kind of to show the history of the podcasts that we used to do. Because here's the truth. Stay Doomed was not our first podcast. Our first podcast was a very ambitious product that came out 11 years ago called Keeping the Fabe. It was meant to be a wrestling review podcast where everyone talking about wrestling didn't know it was fake. So it was supposed to be a very pure podcast. The long-term plans of this was going to actually be an ARG, in that the frame story, which I'll explain in the episode in a moment, was going to lead to this very big story about conspiracies and shadow corporations and mind control. But it was all going to start as just this very silly wrestling podcast. This lasted only a few episodes, so less than one season, so I thought it was appropriate to bring up here and let you guys be the judge of what you think of this podcast. This is my character, Nick, and Laura's character, Dr. Dashwood, deep in an underground bunker discussing WrestleMania 30. We'll be back next week with episode 250, but for now, please keep the Fabe.
In the 1980s, the system marketing for the acquisition of research and knowledge department buried a bunker deep underneath the Arizona desert. In this bunker, they had subjects watch professional wrestling while monitoring their minds. However, in this bunker, the subjects were never told that wrestling is not real. Up until now, they forced their subjects to write written accounts of what they saw. But for the first time ever, we have an audio account of one of their meetings. This is one of their subjects reacting to WrestleMania 30 from a pure point of view, without being corrupted by dirt sheets, the internet, and E's Total Divas. This is Keeping the Fabe, part of the Plus 2 Comedy Podcast Network.
So, you want me to just start talking?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you want me to read this?
Yes, Nick.
Okay. Hello, people out there listening to this podcast. My name is Nick, and this is the first episode of Keeping the Fabe. Fabe? Is that a misprint?
No.
Are you sure you don't mean keeping the faith?
I'm quite sure, Nick.
Oh, all right. Well, okay. I mean, in any case, I'm here as one of the subjects of the system marketing for the acquisition of research and knowledge here, and under the SMARC department, as we like to call them down here. That's a little nickname we have for you guys. They told me that if after I watch some wrestling, instead of doing a written report like I usually do, if I do an audio, I'll get extra rations, right?
Right.
Excellent. I'm excited for that. And then this is apparently going out in some sort of like radio show. So thank you for listening. I'm going to talk about wrestling, which I love. I really do love wrestling. And I have Dr. Dashwood here.
Hello.
And she's going to kind of help me figure out this whole audio thing. But WrestleMania 30 just happened. I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of really exciting. And I think we're just going to go through it and talk about it, right?
Right. What did you think about the beginning?
So
3 legends on one stage.
Yes, that was unbelievable. It starts with the host Hulk Hogan, who I of course missed, and he comes out and he says hello to everyone at the Silver Dome,
which is in Detroit.
I know. He made a simple mistake, but then they booed him, and Hulk Hogan should never be booed, ever.
Why not, Nick?
He's immortal, first off. He's an immortal human being. He's done everything there is to do in wrestling. He once body slammed Andre the Giant. He helped Miss Elizabeth when she was hurt. He's one of the greatest, and I think it's wrong for just because he stumbles over a few words for a crowd of people to disregard all the wonderful things he's done for wrestling and boo him.
Speaking of stumbling over a few words, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Stone Cold. They didn't tell us that Stone Cold was going to be there, and then Stone Cold Steve Austin came out. He made fun of Hulk Hogan, which I was a little worried about, and then I thought like maybe they're going to fight, but they didn't, and that's fine. That's fine.
Did Stone Cold seem a little off to you? Perhaps a little intoxicated?
All right. I know I'm the wrestling expert here. Stone Cold Steve Austin does not get drunk.
He was slurring quite a lot, Nick.
No, yeah, I know, but you're just being silly because Stone Cold Steve Austin can drink like 200 beers, and he's never been drunk. He says he drinks 20 beers before he gets to the ring usually. I watched him drink from a hose of beer once. Like, he drinks a lot of beer. Don't get me wrong. I know he drinks a lot of beer, but he never gets drunk.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Nick, but doesn't Stone Cold Steve Austin usually drive something to the ring?
He does. That's why I like him. He usually has. He's been doing an ATV, but he's also done like Zambonis, and he did a cement truck once. It was amazing.
Why do you think he did not drive anything to the ring? Was it because he was drunk?
No, it's not because you're being. Look, anyway, they were in the ring, and it was great. And I loved it, and I was like, this can't get any better. And then all of a sudden, I was asked if I smelled what The Rock was cooking, and The Rock came out. And I don't know what happened backstage, but it appears that someone had dumped a bucket of water on him because he was very moist when he came out. He was extremely, extremely moist. I mean, it may have been that he was doing the Austin drinking backstage with him, but, not getting drunk. But he came out very, very, very slimy looking, it appeared.
I cannot deny that in
Yes.
any sense. And then they all had some beer.
They all had some beer. Austin, again, with the perfect catches. There was a bit of a miscommunication between him and The Rock, and they dropped one, but that's forgivable. And then Hogan, of course, corrected himself, and he said the Superdome, and everybody lit up, and that was such a good way to start a WrestleMania. It's just amazing.
I have to commend the man who throws Steve Austin the beer.
Oh, absolutely.
Because he has a pretty good arm.
And Austin's an amazing catch. He does those one-handed. That's how talented Stone Cold Steve Austin is. He does those all one-handed. And how would he catch the beers if he was drunk? Yeah.
Practice.
Yeah, with all your knowledge.
Do you want to start talking about the matches now?
Yes. I was the first match. The first match was Daniel Bryan versus the boss now Triple H.
The Authority.
Exactly. And whoever won got to move on to a triple threat match for the title. So this was really important. Stephanie McMahon, that's Hunter's wife, introduced Triple H, and what was she wearing? I mean,
I don't know. It looked like business shorts.
Yeah, and she also had just a weird black ring around her neck with like a napkin, a black napkin that seemed to be hanging off of it.
I believe that may be called an ascot.
It was an ass something. But she
said ass. We need to keep this PG.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The PG era. I apologize. This is not the Attitude Era. But she brought out Triple H, and Triple H came out in an insane costume. He was dressed as some sort of barbarian.
Yes, it was very Game of Thrones.
Not familiar. But and then I don't understand if Stephanie was, if they're married, why he's allowed to have wenches. Apparently he had 3 like WrestleMania wenches with him, and I'm surprised that she would allow such a thing to be taking place right in front of her.
They're just his valets.
Well, they were definitely some sort of like belly dancing. They seemed very sexual to me. I feel a little odd admitting that, but he was their king, and they.
Well, if he's the king, that would make Stephanie the queen, and you do not mess with the queen.
That's true. So I hope those ladies were not beheaded. And then Daniel Bryan comes out, and this is the thing I don't understand. Daniel Bryan comes out, everyone is chanting yes.
Right.
Everyone has the Daniel Bryan T-shirt that says yes.
And the foam fingers.
The foam fingers are great. I really want one of those, or 2 of them, because one of them would just be silly. I was really excited. How does Triple H not see that Daniel Bryan's not? He keeps saying he's not good for business when he's
not what's best for business. He's a B+ player.
Yes, I don't understand why he sees that, because he's not a B+ player. He's beating all these. He beat my favorite wrestler, John Cena, which is unbelievable. And also, if the whole crowd is buying his shirt, that seems to be a solid business model, in my opinion. It really boggles my mind that Triple H doesn't see that Daniel Bryan is good for business. That's just, it's just my opinion, but that's the way it seems for me. Okay. I'm sorry. I'll get a little bit better here. I'm sorry. So, first, this match is fantastic. Daniel Bryan, I'm not sure if you were aware, but very injured after an attack from Triple H.
Yes, he was wearing a bandage.
A bandage all up his arm. So he was not, he's not 100%.
That very constraining ace bandage.
Yeah, and I'm going to say that I wanted Daniel Bryan to win. I really did. And it worries me to just think that he had to fight Triple H. And then even if he won, he would have to go into a triple threat match against 2 very strong men.
I mean, if he lost, it would hardly be a very satisfying WrestleMania.
Oh, no. I mean, that's what I was afraid was going to happen. And, Triple H was targeting the arm a lot. He was dropping him on his arm and twisting his arm back, doing a lot of things outside the ring, which I don't think is fair. It's not as safe as the ring.
And then after the match, he attacked him.
Well. Before we even get to the end of the match, because there were so many amazing things that happened in that match, Daniel Bryan got hit with a pedigree and kicked out at 2. Like, the pedigree ends a match.
Usually the only one who can do that is your favorite John Cena.
John Cena can do it. That's true. John Cena can do it. But Daniel Bryan put on an amazing performance. He was able to wrap, even with the hurt arm, wrap his arms around Triple H and do German suplex to him, and then from that roll out of that and do another one, and then another one, and it's just absolutely incredible.
Did you perhaps notice any similarities to a previous match? Perhaps the main event or an early match in WrestleMania 20?
No.
The crossface and the suplexes?
The German suplexes?
Perhaps a wrestler named Chris Benoit used those moves against Triple H? The last time Triple H lost to a younger star?
No. Triple H fought Shawn Michaels in the main event of WrestleMania 20.
Nick, who won that match?
I'm sorry, my nose is bleeding. Hold on.
We will be taking a short
break. I want to need a tissue. Hold on.
Are you feeling better, Nick?
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I don't know what happened. I don't know. I'll get back to. I don't want to think about it right now, but I'll get back to you on who won that match.
All right, we'll discuss that.
I'm a huge wrestling fan. I should know this, but I'm sorry. So anyway, Daniel Bryan hits the running knee.
Right.
Knocks out Triple H, wins the match, gets to move on for the WWE title, WWE World Heavyweight title against Batista and the champion Randy Orton. And then I was at my highest right then.
Right.
I thought like maybe he could actually do it because this so far it was already impossible. And Triple H again just he targets that arm and he wraps the arm around the turnbuckle and he hits it with a chair, and like at that moment I was like, there's no way. He's not even going to make it to the match. It's just it was upsetting. Like I don't know, like that's assault at that point, and I really feel like the police should have been involved at that point.
How do you feel about Stephanie's involvement?
I don't even understand why she's there. She's not in the match. I don't think it's fair because Daniel Bryan didn't have anyone out there, but Triple H gets to, and it's just. It's a shame when you see such a great sport be tampered with.
Well, I'm sorry that you feel that way, but since they are in charge, being the authority, she can pretty much do whatever she wants.
I know, and that's unfortunately the state that the WWE is in right now, and I find it troubling. But then the night rolled on to some good news.
Yes.
The oh you didn't know hits, and out come the New Age Outlaws, and I like their music. I'm not a big fan of them. And then out come the Shield, and the Shield comes out through the crowd. They have the people with them, and then Kane comes out, and I thought it was weird that the teams kind of came out like not together, like they were interspersed. But it was good that the Shield interrupted the New Age Outlaws. I like to call them the Old Age Outlaws
because they're old.
Because they're old. Yes. So that they have this insane match where it's just fast and brutal. Seth Rollins hits a move that I love to call the Seth fucking Rollins, where he jumps over the top rope and just squashes people.
We have the audio, and you like to call it the Seth fucking Rollins.
Yes. Seth fucking Rollins. He hits one of those, and then Roman Reigns has a devastating spear that he hits. He was able to get both of the Old Age Outlaws with one spear and take them down. And then something that I had never seen before in my life, it was a double triple power bomb.
A double triple power bomb.
Double triple power bomb.
What exactly is a double triple?
It's a triple power bomb with double people.
I'm sorry.
Yes, I know. It's that mind-boggling. They were able to triple power bomb both the Old Age Outlaws in the same move.
That's very impressive.
It's unbelievable. JBL called it a century bomb because they're old.
Because they're old?
Because there's 100 years experience being power bombed at the same time.
Well, that's very good.
Yes, it was very good. It was a great match. It was really happy to see the Shield be able to win that match.
It's interesting to see the Shield suddenly fighting the Authority.
Yes.
When for the longest time they seemed to be
exactly. There was a time where I didn't like them very much, but they've really turned it around.
I've always found them delightful.
Absolutely. Very. I don't know if I'd use the word delightful, but
they're delightful.
Okay. I would cheer for them.
Very good.
Then we go backstage.
Okay.
And we see Sergeant Slaughter and Hacksaw Jim Duggan fighting with the Slam City action figures that we have.
Yes, we gave those to you.
Yes, yeah, I like them. They're fun. And it's cool because they're playing with them and I have them. And out comes Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. And they're all going to play together. And I was really excited. And then someone comes in and takes it away.
Oh, no. Who?
It was bought by the $1 Million Man. And I don't understand. I mean, I know he has a lot of money, but I don't know why he has to buy that one that they were already playing with when you could just buy his own.
Because he can.
I know he can, but that doesn't mean you should.
If he can afford to stuff $100 bills in people's mouths, he can afford to take someone's playthings.
I know he can afford it. I'm not saying that he can't do it. I'm saying he shouldn't do it because someone else was already using it.
Since when has Ted DiBiase been very nice?
I know. I'm not a fan of his either.
Doesn't he have a son somewhere?
He used to. I haven't heard from him in a while.
Huh. Well, I do hope everything's all right.
Yes. So then we move on to the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Unfortunately, Andre the Giant had passed away a few years ago. And
anybody want a peanut?
What?
The listeners at home will understand.
Okay. All right. So they're having this big battle royal. And might I say,
oh dear,
this was supposed to be a 30-man over-the-top rope battle royal.
Yes, and that's what it was.
It was a 31-man over-the-top rope battle royal.
Who was the 31st man?
I don't know which one is technically the 31st because there were some that they didn't say were going to be in there and they were in there. And I'm saying if you're going to say it's 30 and then it's not 30, that's wrong.
Did you sit there and count them?
Yes, I noticed that that there was too many. And I saw a lot of guys that I haven't seen in a while. I got
Yoshitatsu.
I got to see Yoshitatsu. I got to see David Otunga.
Zack
Ryder, exactly. I was very excited. But if it was going to be a 30-man, and they already went over the limit with a 31, where were the rest of them?
Like whom?
Where was Kurt Hawkins? Where was Hudako? Where was JTG? Like, why?
Oh, dear God, they never fired JTG.
I mean, I don't understand why they wouldn't use them.
They're still paying JTG.
Yes, they are still. Yes, JTG. Crime Time.
I'll be damned.
Yeah. I don't know why he doesn't, challenge for a title. I mean, or, something like that. But it was a very, very, very exciting. I have to point out a lot of foolish actions in this, in my opinion.
Give me some examples.
A lot of people going to the top rope, and it's like, hello, that's how you lose, is if you fall over the top rope.
Maybe they needed to get people out quickly.
Yeah, but you're not going to throw someone out while you're jumping off the top rope. It seemed to be foolish that they would choose to go to the top rope in a match where that's just how you get in danger. That's just my opinion. Again, I don't wrestle, but I felt like the logic was laxed.
But there were some standout performances.
Some very standout performances. I have to say, one I was really disappointed in. Fandango. He's outside the ring dancing, and he's already been over the top rope. So why don't you get back in the ring if you really want to win this? I thought it was disrespectful to the memory of Andre the Giant that he spent so much time dancing on the outside, and I think Sheamus gave him exactly what was coming to him.
Maybe it is hubris. Maybe pride goeth before a quite literal fall.
Yes, a fall. You're very smart.
I am Dr. Dashwood.
Yes. Also, Kofi Kingston. Unbelievable.
He is fantastic at exploiting those technicalities.
Yes. I mean, that's just intelligence, really, and skill. He flew, I want to say, 20 feet in the air, landed, and just able to almost hook his toes around the bottoms of the steel steps and just stay alive. Unfortunately, wasn't able to win the tournament, or I'm sorry, the Battle Royal. Excuse me, but
he did get his spot.
Yes, it was a moment is the word I would use.
Right, I apologize.
And very upset, Del Rio kicking poor Dolph Ziggler in the head again. He has a history of concussions, and laughing about it. Like I understand you want to win, but the goal is not to maim.
Del Rio is not very nice, Nick.
No, he's not. Not at all. It's just.
I noticed the crowd cheered a lot when Dolph Ziggler removed his shirt.
I didn't pick up on that.
Yes, there was a large reaction when he finally removed his shirt that was cut like a 14-year-old cheerleader's.
Oh. Cheerleaders. Sorry, hold on.
Is your nose bleeding?
A little.
Again?
Hold on. All right,
We're going to take another short break.
No, all right.
Are you all right?
Okay, I'm back. I apologize. So sorry. Then it gets.
We were about to talk about the Last Men Standing.
Yes.
The Battle Royal.
It gets down to the Big Show and Cesaro, and I'm going to be honest. I didn't really like Cesaro. Until he turned on. We didn't talk about it because it wasn't part of WrestleMania, but
you were just very excited to talk about The Rock.
That's true. But he used to be part of a team with Jack Swagger, turned on him, and then for some reason I just loved Cesaro after that. He gave him the big swing, and the big swing is amazing. So I was excited to see Cesaro, and I was excited to see the Big Show. I like both of them, but clearly, Big Show was going to win. Like, right. The idea of Cesaro being able to pull it out against a giant man.
It is the David and Goliath story.
Yes. And
Cesaro's not a small man, just the Big Show is a very large man.
Very large man, and an extremely large man. It's a Razor Ramon 1, 2, 3 kid story, because he was able, it's still it's unbelievable, to lift up, pick up the Big Show and body slam him over the top rope. And you know what's weird? It actually reminded me of WrestleMania 3, because Hogan did that to Andre the Giant.
There's no way that was intentional.
I know. It was just an amazing. It was just an amazing coincidence, and it was for the Andre the Giant trophy. So I just thought it ended up like really nice.
It was poetic and appropriate in a way that could almost be fictional.
You can't write moments like that. It was just pure magic, and to make the moment even sweeter, after he did it, Big Show got up and he shook Cesaro's hand, and it's good to see moments like that where they.
Now, in the pre-show, Cesaro had just refused to shake Jack Swagger's hand.
That's right.
So it was.
Oh, that's a really good point.
Yeah,
pretty smart.
He had turned on his villainous compatriot and had embraced the Big Show as a friend.
Yeah.
And all joking aside, it's pretty impressive to throw a 450-pound man.
Absolutely. I'm glad you're getting into this, Dr. Dashwood. So then things got really exciting.
Yes.
Bray Wyatt versus John Cena. Now,
I enjoyed the band.
I didn't like.
Oh, the lead singer looked like the hot lead singer in Hocus Pocus.
I don't like Bray Wyatt. I find him unsettling.
He looks like he smells bad.
I mean, beyond that, just like the things he says is just, and the Wyatt family that he keeps, just like the look in their eyes, it's just they seem so lost.
You mean behind the sheep mask?
But yeah, but behind the sheep mask, and Harper also, he makes that weird noise, and then they came out.
What noise?
The yeah. I can't do it as well.
I just wanted to see if I could get you to do it.
You can, yeah, I know. So they come out to the ring. They have a band playing. It's very unsettling. I guess because it was WrestleMania, Harper wore a vest to kind of like dress it up.
I believe Wyatt wore the vest.
Harper had one on as well.
Oh,
he had a it looked like a ripped T-shirt. He tried, I guess.
He was wearing his finest.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it wasn't very nice. I think he fell a little short. I don't like him.
That's very uncharitable of you.
I'm
he was
sorry.
Wearing his nicest clothing.
Hey. Next part that happened, though. Rapadoo! Out comes John Cena! John Cena! You can't see him. C-Nation in the house. John Cena runs full of energy to the ring, and he's ready. Now, he's ready to have a match with Bray Wyatt. A wrestling match.
My favorite part was watching the cameraman almost eat it after chasing John Cena down the ring.
I did see that. I was afraid that he was going to run into the rocking chair, which isn't.
I was hoping he would eat it.
That's eat the rocking chair.
Fall.
Oh, okay.
And
it's just
hit the ground.
It's another reason why I don't think he should be able to bring things like that to the ring. It's dangerous for the crew as well. So they have this. John Cena's ready for a wrestling match, a sporting wrestling match.
For his 5 moves.
Bray Wyatt falls to his knees.
Okay.
He doesn't want to wrestle. He's a coward. And he starts telling John to like do it, become the monster, and that's not what John Cena does. So John Cena, trying to be sporting, tells him to get up.
So Bray Wyatt attempts to forfeit the match in an effort to make John Cena look bad?
That's almost what Bray Wyatt in his crazy little mind thinks is happening. And I got a little worried because John Cena started, he didn't seem himself.
He seemed like a more aggressive.
Yeah, John Cena is just not, he's not acting himself, and he starts like getting really aggressive with his kicks, and he's kind of like jamming his forearm into the face of Bray, and that's not something that I see John Cena do. And it's starting to make me worry that if he's able to like mesmerize this Wyatt family, that he can do it to other people, and you can actually see it at WrestleMania. He does it to the crowd.
Does he?
The crowd starts like swaying.
He's got the whole world.
It was very uncomfortable that they all started singing and swaying for him, and he's not a good man, and I don't understand why they would do that.
But you could see his influence on John Cena, which is interesting because he started the match attempting to be non-violent.
Yeah, well, he's trying to make Cena do things he doesn't want to do,
and he almost
because
he
picks up the steel steps and he's gonna hit him, but he fights it and he doesn't do it, and then this great moment. Cena's looking kind of hurt, but John Cena gets up, hits a shoulder tackle. Bray Wyatt gets back up, hits another shoulder tackle. Bray Wyatt gets up, tries to throw like a lariat. John Cena, though, sees it coming, dodges it, hits a protoplex. Unbelievable. Absolutely incredible. But then a terrifying moment, tells Bray he can't see him, bounces off the ropes. When he comes back, Bray is in this weird backward spider position.
That was very funny.
Oh, I audibly screamed.
Cena's face was extremely
it's
funny.
terrifying. It's terrifying. That's not a thing that
happens.
happens.
Oh, no.
Now, but later, of course, he gets him down again. Doesn't hit the ropes because my boy John Cena, he learns.
Of course he does.
Drops the 5-knuckle shuffle on him. Oh, exciting. So then we had this weird moment where Bray hits the Sister Abigail, which is his finisher. Somehow, John Cena kicks out of it.
Like a real Daniel Bryan.
Well, yeah, I guess, yeah, because the pedigree. And he kicks out of it. Bray doesn't know what to do. He goes and gets a chair. Now, I think he's going to hit John Cena with a chair.
His rocking chair?
No, a steel chair. And at this point, I'm worried that he's going to hit John Cena. But he doesn't. He gives it to John Cena and expects John Cena to hit him with a chair. Again, doing that like mind gamey thing where he's trying to make John Cena into someone that he's not. But John Cena, he doesn't give up. No. He doesn't hit Bray with the chair. He hits Eric Rowan because Eric Rowan's trying to interfere. They're trying to cheat.
Is that the smelly-looking one or the giant baby?
He's the one with the red beard and the mask.
Giant baby.
I don't... Okay. I wouldn't say that to his face. Hits him with the chair. He goes down. John Cena hits the Attitude Adjustment. 1, 2, 3. My man, John Cena, victorious at WrestleMania.
How many different moves did you say he did?
A couple. He did.
Perhaps 5?
He did. Well, he also did a lot of things that I don't usually see him do, like the raking of the arm. He did moves. John Cena is a hero. Okay? He doesn't give up. He rises above hate, and he beat Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania.
That he did.
He secured his legacy.
He beat the man who had asked him to beat him at the beginning of the match.
Yeah, but you don't understand, because it's not... See, to Bray, because he's sick in the head. He didn't want to win. It wasn't about winning a match to him. It was about getting to John Cena, and John Cena was able to not only overcome but also win the match. So that's what a real hero does.
He looked pretty upset after the match.
It was a hard fought match, but that's what Cena does. He rises above, and he did it yet again.
Well, good for John Cena.
Exactly, he's my hero.
For the love of God, let's move on.
So then we had the Hall of Fame people come out. That was really exciting. That was really exciting. It was weird seeing that old guy that was the Ultimate Warrior not be so ultimate. He needs to wear the face paint.
Dr. Warrior?
I don't think he's a doctor. They wouldn't let that guy be a doctor.
Not even a chiropractor?
No. Well, he breaks some spines. He was able to lift him above his head, and he was great. Jake the Snake was there.
I will say the Paul Bearer's sons.
Yes.
Were eerily, one looked exactly like him and one did his voice perfectly.
Yeah, that would make sense that they would look and sound like they're related. But yeah, it was nice that they honored him. I know I miss him a lot. Then we had Jake the Snake, who didn't bring his snake. Thank God. Carlos Colon was there. That was really good. Mr. T from WrestleMania 1.
I pity the fool.
Oh, he pities him. And then Lita. I hadn't seen Lita in forever. I love Lita, so it was good. I'd love to see her and like AJ mix it up once. That would just be that's a dream match.
I'm sure they have.
Oh, do you think? Maybe backstage and the cameras missed it, but that's a Divas title match I'd really like to see.
I'm sure they're not getting along too well.
They should settle it in the ring, is what they should do, because that would be amazing.
I feel like that would go poorly.
So now we got to talk about something a little uncomfortable.
Nick, are you all right?
Yeah,
Can you continue?
I'm gonna. But I didn't like this. Brock Lesnar was gonna fight The Undertaker, and The Undertaker is undefeated at WrestleMania. He's a phenom. He's the dead man.
Going into this match, he was 21-0.
21-0, perfect.
Beat CM Punk
Brock
last
Lesnar
year.
comes out. Yeah, CM Punk, get well soon. And
get well soon.
He got injured at the Royal Rumble. He got chokeslammed through a table. In any case, what happened was he comes out with Paul Heyman. And he's all slimy, and then the lights go out.
Bong.
Yeah, the bong goes off, and then wherever Undertaker goes, this like fog follows him. So this fog starts to fill out, and then there's all these caskets, and they all represent the people that the Undertaker defeated at WrestleMania. And then there's one there.
It wasn't very economical. There were multiple caskets for
I
people
did,
he's beaten more than
yeah,
once.
that's true. There's 2 for Shawn Michaels, 3 for Triple H.
You'd think you'd really only need 1 for each person.
Exactly. I thought that was a little foolish. But in any case, there was one for Brock. And Undertaker came out and he didn't touch it. Just by raising his hand, was able to open Brock Lesnar's casket. And then he made it explode. Oh, chills.
That's hardly very nice of him if he expects Brock Lesnar to be in the casket.
I did think it was weird that if it was for Brock and he was going to beat Brock, that he made it explode.
It worked out because Brock didn't need the casket, did he, Nick?
The match, I mean, I was so sure that The Undertaker was going to win. I was positive that The Undertaker was going to win. And,
he stabbed Brock Lesnar with a pen.
He stabbed him. He stabbed him in the hand. Like, I mean, I don't like Brock Lesnar, but I'll give him credit that he got stabbed in the hand and he wrestled still. The pen is mightier than the sword, some would say. So they have this.
Oh, because he has a giant sword tattoo.
Yes, he does. It's on his chest.
Oh.
So they're battling back and forth, and he hits Brock with the choke slam. He hits him with old school, and it's like, this is over. This isn't going to go anywhere.
Hell's Gate.
He gets him in Hell's Gate, and I was like, oh, surely he's going to tap out. Brock lifts the Undertaker up with one hand, slams him down, and then he gets him in the Kimura lock, which broke Triple H's arm, broke Shawn Michaels' arm with that. But the Undertaker's able to reverse it, gets his own Kimura on him. He's able to twist Brock's arm. He's screaming in pain. Brock hits him with an F5. Undertaker kicks out, no big deal. Hits him with another F5. Undertaker kicks out, no big deal.
An F10.
Yeah. And then he hits him with one more F5, and he had already kicked out of 2. So I thought that he'd be able to kick out again.
And then the referee came.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
And
there goes the streak.
The streak in 3 seconds, we lose this incredible streak, one of the greatest accomplishments in the history of sports, and it's hard to know that a guy like Brock Lesnar is gonna run around talking about how he ended the Undertaker. And I mean, I remember when he first fought, second fought, he fought him 3 times, but the second time when he was more like Triple H, he fought the Undertaker, and the Undertaker won, but like was really, really banged up, like he lost everything. But for this one, Undertaker lost, but was still able to walk out, and it's just, I don't know, I wish he had won.
I understand.
I really think he should. It would have been good to see him win again.
The reactions from the crowd were
was very upset, and I was the same way. My mouth went open, and my eyes got wide, and I placed both hands on my head. That's just the reaction you have to have when something like that happens. It was hard.
And it seems no one was expecting it because Mr. Lesnar's music didn't start.
No, didn't start right away. It's just
the 21-1 graphic didn't come up immediately.
Yeah,
as if somebody had Perhaps the person making the graphic hadn't planned for that?
Yeah, I sure didn't. I don't think anybody did.
You'd think you'd make both graphics.
But I guess that sounds logical, I guess. And then the Divas match happened, and I want to be honest, I didn't really care because I was still thinking about The Undertaker. I didn't really care.
That's kind of sexist.
No, I mean, it could have been anything that went afterwards, but I was real broken up. But in the end, though, the Divas match, very surprising.
Oh?
It was 17 Divas. One fall to the finish, no advantage for the champion, but AJ Lee wins. And the referee doesn't even notice that when he had Naomi in the Black Widow, that she grabbed Naomi's hand and moved it so it looked like she was tapping out. She didn't tap out. She didn't tap out at all.
But AJ retained
But
the championship.
AJ gets the title, and then that's supposed to be fair. It was really hard when, like, right after The Undertaker loses, then AJ, who's crazy, she is a crazy person, she, like they need Dr. Shelby to talk to her because there's something wrong with her. She then cheats to win. It's just, it felt like there's no justice.
No justice?
None.
Maybe we needed the Shield out there.
Yeah, that would
the
Shield
of justice.
Exactly. That would have made me happy. So then we saw some updates earlier that Brian looked hurt. He's unable to raise his arms, and he needs that for the crowd to say yes, because we don't know when to say yes until he's saying yes. So I was afraid he wasn't going to make it out there, but like a true warrior,
like an ultimate warrior.
Let's not go crazy, but he's able to go up there, and he's facing Batista, who is gigantic.
Right.
And Randy Orton, who's just, he's so sly and dirty and.
Now Batista's an interesting case because if I'm looking through my files correctly, you liked him for a couple weeks at the beginning of his run.
I was happy he won the Royal Rumble. I really was. I would have rather it been like Daniel Bryan or John Cena. That would have been amazing. But I liked Batista, and then all of a sudden, Batista got he was just yelling, "Deal with it," and wearing like really tight pants.
Very, very tight pants.
Very tight pants.
Very tight pants.
And I felt like
unfortunate tattoos.
I feel like he turned his back on us, and I because originally I really wanted him to beat Orton because I didn't like Orton, and then I didn't really like either of them, and then luckily, Daniel Bryan, being the smart guy he is, able to overcome the manipulative system that Triple H had in place, and was able to get his way. And he didn't. Just for the record, Daniel Bryan didn't demand to be added in the match. He demanded to earn his way into the match, which I just think is very valiant.
It's very valiant, and
Thank you.
Daniel Bryan did earn his way into the match. He beat Triple H.
He beat Triple H. So now we have this big triple threat match. And
triple threat, one for
triple
each.
threat. Yeah, that's funny. And so we have this big match, and they're battling, and Bryan's trying to do the best that he can, and he's battling, and what happens? But Triple H comes out, and he lost. He has no reason to be out there.
Correct.
The referees are injured now, and that's usually a fine. And Scott Armstrong shows up.
I'm sorry, who?
He's a referee. And when Daniel Bryan won the title for the first time, Scott Armstrong lied and said that they were in cahoots together and that Daniel Bryan paid him, but he didn't. Daniel Bryan said he didn't do it.
But Scott Armstrong said he did, so they believed him, which I don't think is fair. And now he's back, so it's obvious now that this was all a scam. So let me tell you, I was really, really happy when I saw Daniel Bryan kick him in the head.
Kicked him right in the head?
Kicked him right in the head. I know that's going to be a fine, but he deserved it. Bounced off the ropes, dove through the ropes, took out Scott Armstrong, Triple H, and Stephanie McMahon.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was a little worried. It looked like she had some ankle twistage, and I mean, she's a woman, so you don't want to see, you're not supposed to attack women. That's just wrong. But
she should not have worn those shoes ringside.
She shouldn't have been out there. But then Batista and Triple H, or I'm sorry, I'm getting upset. Batista and Randy Orton used to be in Evolution together.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, they start teaming up. And if you thought the double triple powerbomb was bad, this takes the cake. Batista gets on top of the announce table, lifts him up for a Batista bomb. Randy Orton jumps off the steel steps, catches him into a backwards RKO onto the Spanish announce table.
It's always the Spanish announce table.
Yes, I don't know why.
I enjoyed Ricardo pointing to the French announce table.
Yeah, that's true. They don't usually have one of those, and I was surprised.
I assumed they were going to destroy that one as well.
We're lucky that didn't happen, because Randy Orton comes down, hits him with this move, and I think that Daniel Bryan his neck is broken, that he's paralyzed. And the only joy I can take out of this is Randy Orton landed right on top of a monitor, like right in his back, and I was like, good, because what you're doing is horrible.
He actually did look pretty cut up.
Oh yeah, it was like laser guided karma, and he hits this move that I'd never seen before, and it's through a table, and Daniel Bryan is not moving.
I have to admit they got us upstairs with this one too.
What do you mean?
We thought he was Randy Orton and Batista really got us. We thought Bryan was down.
Yeah, it was an emotional moment for everyone, and the stretcher came out, and they wheeled him off, and like at that point, it was kind of just like after the Undertaker and AJ Lee, and now this, like I couldn't focus on the match. I really don't even remember what Batista and Orton were doing, because Daniel Bryan is being wheeled out, and that's how his WrestleMania is going to end. But then somehow inside him, I mean, his neck might have been broken. He still fought his way off of the stretcher and into the ring, and he was going to continue to fight for that title. And he, in an unbelievable moment, was able to lock the yes lock onto Batista, and Batista tapped out.
He did.
Yes, he said, "I quit," like he did to John Cena the first time Batista left. And now, after it's been so long that I've been waiting just to see Daniel Bryan, prove everyone wrong, and that's exactly what he did. He had 2 belts, and he held them up over his head, even though his arm must have been destroyed. They had ripped the tape off of it.
Probably the adrenaline.
Yeah, adrenaline, exactly. And he was able to yes and confetti, and I kept thinking that Triple H said, "I'm going to bury Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania," and then he gets buried in confetti. And I was like, it's not what you meant. And now we have a new WWE World Heavyweight Champion, and his name is Daniel Bryan. And I couldn't be happier.
I'm very glad to hear that, Nick. I'm glad you're satisfied.
Mm-hmm. So this was good. It went a lot faster than having to write all that down.
Yes, it did.
So this is good. And I got to read a sign-off thing?
Yes,
okay.
You do.
All right. This has been Keeping the Fabe. Are you sure?
It is Keeping the Fabe, yes.
But I thought Keeping the Faith.
It's Keeping the Fabe. Fabe is an acronym for something we're doing upstairs.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm sorry. I'd have never done this. So
Don't challenge me, Nick.
I know. I'm not trying to challenge you. I thought that I don't want this to be bad. So I'm trying to make it good.
Yes, the nice listeners would like to stop listening now.
Okay,
Please
I'm
read
sorry.
the sign-off.
All right. If you are interested in what you've just heard, and you have any questions for me or the Spark Department, they can be reached on Twitter. Oh, wait, one of those Twitter things that they keep talking about on.
Yes.
Okay. I don't understand what that means, but. We have one now, which is great.
It's a privilege.
We are our Smark Department on the Twitter. Excellent. You can also send us an email at Keeping the Fabe. It's Fabe apparently. It's not Faith. Keeping the Fabe, and then there's an A in a circle, and then Gmail. Gmail.com.
At Smark Department or keepingthefabe@gmail.com.
Yes. Well, yeah. Right. All right. So, my name is Nick,
and I am Dr. Dashwood,
and this has been WrestleMania 30 on Keeping the Faith.
Keeping the Fabe.
Keeping the Fabe.
Good night.